Hi guys, so I managed to get out again for this weekend. I'm in the Wye Valley with my dad again. We're staying in this lovely woodland, same place I stayed last year. The car's at the entrance of the woodland, which enables us to just take as much gear as we need. So it's a really relaxing weekend. We're going to do some projects, test some equipment, practice fire making. I'm going to teach Dad a few bushcraft tips and tricks, and yeah, we're just going to have a great weekend relaxing, eating some lovely food in a beautiful location. So I hope you enjoy this video. So guys, if you watched the axe video I put up recently, I was using a new teepee. It's an army surplus Polish lavu tent. I got it for about 25 quid on the internet. It's really good, it's big, it's bulky, it's heavy, it's strong. Oh, it's starting to rain. So I better get this set up really quickly because it's about to tip it down. So yeah, I better get on with it. And of course, trusty pillow. Okay, so I've been given permission to take some hazel to use for projects. I'm going to try and get everything I need from one bit, and we've already got some wood at camp, so I don't want to take too much. So I'm just going to coppice this down with my backhoe Laplander. What I'm going to try and do is leave the cut at a slope so that the water can run off it, and I'm going to take it quite low to the stall here. I've chosen this piece because there's a natural V, which I'm going to use as a pot hanger slash spit. So as it's been raining and we're getting hungry, we're going to start the fire quickly. We're going to use some fat wood and some feather sticks. So I've got my neck knife with a fire steel. I have a scraper for the fire steel. So I'm just going to scrape down on the fat wood, create some nice shavings. Okay, so the fat wood's caught. I'm going to transfer it now to some birch bark and lift it into the fire lay. Now the fire lay is wet because people have had fires here previously and the ashes have all got damp. So couple that with slightly damp wood, and I'm going to throw all that birch bark on, cross some feathers over the top, get this thing rip-roaring as quickly as possible. But you can see these little pieces of wood quite damp. This is another bit of fat wood. I found this while we were out on the walk today. It was the other bit I brought with me. Not a very neat fire lay, but when you're hungry and you need a cup of coffee, it does the job. We're going to have to pile up our wood round this so that it dries off, because you can see there's quite a bit of moisture in these pieces that I'm putting on. Okay, so we're through with the auger. Yep.
I just couldn't see it better.
It's so nice to sit down and just enjoy the fruits of our labour.
I love it fire.
Oh yeah.
I'll get a couple of them off. Oh, look how sharp that knife is. The top is beautiful.
It's a nice rare bit.
Vegetarian nightmare.
Okay guys, dinner is served. There's still plenty more beef roasting on the spit. It's worked really well, still lovely and tender as you can see, a bit pink but really nice and crispy on the outside. Lovely smoky flavour. I brought some salad with me and some garlic bread, so we're really living like kings here in the woods today. It's great, we're really enjoying it. I've had a bit of trouble with my camera today. I obviously didn't charge the batteries as well as I thought I had, so it kept stopping recording, so the footage may be a bit sporadic. It might not all have recorded. We'll wait and see when we get home, but I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. We're going to certainly enjoy our steak. Because it rained so heavily last night, we left a billy can and a clean canteen out to be dripped on under the tarp, and that is the result. I have a billy can full of water there. It really poured last night. I was still able to get the fire going with a hand drill because the tarp had kept the ground dry enough that it didn't make my settle wet. So that was good fun, good bit of skills practice. Now we're going to have a brunch because we slept in this morning. We're going to have some sausages we got from a local farm and some eggs and some bannock, hopefully, if it all goes according to plan, which I'm hoping it will. And then we're just going to have a relaxing day around the camp, just enjoying the woods.
More like boiling them now.
So that was the mother of all downpours, right when we were trying to cook our brunch. Needless to say, cooking sausages, eggs and bannock in that weather proved quite difficult, but we got it in the end. We had a nice breakfast. A few bits were underdone, a few bits were overdone on the bannock. The sausages were delicious, really nice, and the eggs were really good as well. But that was a really freak weather system that just hit with all the hailstorms and freezing rain. That was crazy, but really, we're still having a really good time. Despite the weather, you can see just how much hail, if I pick that up, it's just hail in bunches. A lot of the wood got wet, but we're drying it out by the fire. We've split a bit down so it'll burn better. And we're just gonna sort out a few bits of equipment, try and get organised again, because our organisation has gone downhill a little bit with all the weather. So we're going to try and sort all our kit out, oil the tools, etc. and then yeah, just carry on with the day. But first, of course, coffee is the priority. So yeah, we're just going to see how the day goes. Hopefully we don't get any more crazy weather. Someone's doing some work in the woods down there, so there's a bit of noise. But yeah, the sun's coming out strangely now, so everything's damp, but we might get some sunshine. Fingers crossed. Okay guys, so the landowner has asked me to coppice some hazel while I'm here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stool down. I'm fairly new to coppicing and felling trees, but I did do an axe course recently, so hopefully I'll get to practice some of the stuff that I learned on that. So right, we're going to get on with this job.
Yeah.
It's a good saw to be able to do this, Tom. All the way. He's going to be pleased with that. He is.
It's been a lovely day, hasn't it, Dad?
Oh, okay.
How weird was the weather, though? So unfortunately we've come to the final morning of the trip. So I'm going to get some coffee on the go, so I've got some wood prep to do quickly. Then I'm going to heat the firebox up. I'm going to use the flint and steel to get the fire going. I'll show you that. First, I've just been walking around the woodland, found some lovely wood sorrel, so I thought I'd try it. I know for a fact this is wood sorrel. There's not that many edibles I do know, but wood sorrel is one of the ones I positively identify every time. And I brought the ID guides with me just to be certain on other ones. I didn't find that many. Mostly simple things like bramble, nettle, things like that. I did see some lesser celandine, but that requires too much preparation and I'm not yet confident enough to do that with the ID. That will be worked on. But I thought I'd try the wood sorrel, get on with the wood prep and get a fire going. So I've had this many times before, but it's really nice. So it's got a really citrusy kick. I really like that. It's sort of like appley lemon sort of flavour. It's really good. I find it really refreshing. When I was coppicing the hazel down with the axe yesterday, I kept picking bits to refresh myself. It's really nice. But yeah, right, let's get on with the fire prep. Dad's out with the saw. He's sawing up some of the timber from the coppice from yesterday for projects around the woodland, and we're going to take some for carving as well. So first things first, I have the folding firebox. So this is the 5-inch version, and I've used this only once before. I got this for Christmas and I love it. It's very simple. So that pops off, that pops there, and then this inner plate just sits down there like that. Then you put the ash pan in, and you got your 2 trivets. So that's really good. Now I'm going to get to work sawing some of this wood up to go in here and splitting some of it down. Leave straight through the knot actually, quite good. So it might be a little axe, but it does get the job done. You've got to bear in mind it has such a short handle, so I can just about get 2 hands on it, but then you have to remember that it's not like the long axe which is far away from your body. If you overswing here, it's quite easily going to come into your leg. So that's why I try and chop as far back on the chopping block as possible. I'm kneeling down because if I was standing up and I miss, there's a lot more chance of it deflecting off towards me, which I don't want. So I'm kneeling down and I'm trying to hit so that it hits the block horizontally, and that way it's not off like this, it's not going to skip out, so it's always going to just embed itself in the log. See, as long as the grain is okay on the wood, I reckon this is fine for splitting things like this. Okay, there's actually a big knot in there I hadn't looked at, so maybe not. If we try splitting with the direction of the grain though, with away from the knot, there we go. So the difference was I tried to, because I hadn't looked and checked that there was no knots. First one didn't split. When I saw there's a knot there, I just decided I'd split around the knot, and there's your result. Nice clean bit of pine. And this can now be split down further. So where this axe excels, it's a bit like a tomahawk really, is you embed it like that, hold the piece of wood and drop them both down, and it's split. And this way you can get really fine pieces. Simple as that. So there's a knot there.
Once it's going, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this morning, wouldn't it?
Okay, so using the Trangia, we've got a really quick boil on the go, and I wanted to just show you this other leather pouch I'd made. Now this is my coffee bag, and in here I have fresh coffee, and it's got an antler toggle, so you just pull that off and then you can open the bag up. And inside I've carved out of fresh birch a little coffee scoop, which I'm really proud of actually. I really like this. I think it's one of my best carvings so far. So ignore the fact it's covered in coffee, it lives in a bag full of coffee, but it's a really nice shape, it's got nice wood grain, and it's probably my most uniform carving that I've done. I really like it. If I cleaned off the coffee by rubbing it on my jacket, it would probably give you a better sense, but anyway, that's besides the point. What we're going to do now is have a quick coffee and then break camp and head home. I'm back in the woods next week. I'm on a Paul Kirtley elementary bushcraft course, so I'm really excited to do that. I'm really going to learn loads. So there's so much that I realise from just coming out for the weekend. You realise that you're good at some things and that you need to improve at others. And one of the things I definitely need to improve on after this week is keeping organised around camp. So hopefully I pick up some really good tips on that, and it's a full week course, so I'll be in the woods all week next week, and that's brilliant. I couldn't be happier. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll break camp now, and I'll catch you again soon. I probably won't be able to film on the Paul Kirtley course, but if you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure I'll take some pictures and you'll see some nice images of the course and my camp setup and all that sort of thing. Okay guys, I said I brought a lot of kit for this trip and that I didn't need it all, and that's very true, but I thought I'd just show you I can pack it all away into my Frost River Isle Royale pack. Requires you to be a lot more organised, I've found. So I'm going to go home and review what pieces of equipment I need and what pieces of equipment I don't need. Needless to say, it's a bit of a squeeze to get all these big heavy items in at the bottom. Normally I'd like to have my shelter at the top, but I find this rides better, this bag, with your bulky sleeping items at the bottom, and it doesn't take that much to get to them. So there we have the ground sheet for the teepee, that can go in as well. This is a dry bag with some clothes in. This is our toiletries bag. So we've got toothpaste and all that sort of stuff in here. It's again made by Frost River. It's a really nice little pouch for organisation. Then we have a travel pillow, very light and inexpensive, but very comfortable. Had a good night's sleep last night. Now I'm just testing some of this to find out what works for me. Then we have the billy can with all loads of cooking equipment and food inside. So that is in a sort of lunch bag by Frost River. Folding firebox. My Maxpedition Beefy organiser. The DD 3x3 tarp we sort of lived under during the rain and the hail. That was a godsend. Really good, useful piece of equipment. Love that tarp. My maintenance kit that I showed you earlier. My water bottle. Clean canteen. And if I turn this around, see there's a flap here. That's where I put the plate. You can fit a few other pieces of equipment in there as well if you want. We just this goes in one of these front pouches. There's also my tool roll, the washing up bowl, fold up wash up bowl, and med kit and gloves in there. And down the side, this is how I carried in my hand drill set that you saw me use. we'll just slip the tent pole. It's quite a tight fit. And then we'll cinch everything down. Same on this side. And then this Kapilka cup clips to a brass D-ring, which I have fitted. Oh, you have to make sure you actually clip it and not just chuck it on the floor. Just clips on like that, hangs off it. And that's me packed away. I just have to add the roll mat and the wool blanket, which I brought as well, to the bottom, and then we're good to go. Well, that's it guys, it's the end of a lovely weekend. The sun's out, the birds are singing. I wish I could stay here for the week, to be honest. I really am sad to go. There are other campers coming here now. There's a bushcraft course going on in these woods, so I'm going to leave the setup for them. There's a nice fire reflector and pot hanger and spit there for them to use, so I'm going to leave it set up, and we're going to head off now. We're going to stop on the way home and get a pub lunch. So we've just had a fantastic time. I hope the video has come out okay, because it was quite difficult to film with the weather we had on day 2. And day 1 we were rushing a bit because of obviously getting to camp and having to set everything up. So hopefully the video came out okay, hopefully you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned for future videos and hopefully some kit reviews and other things like that, but we'll wait and see what happens. Okay, cheers guys.